One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
We're losing.
Netflix releasing never-before-seen video of Sean Diddy Combs filmed just days before his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024. The footage is part of a 4-part docuseries, Sean Combs: The Reckoning, premiering Tuesday.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. Perhaps.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix.
50 Cent is back in the spotlight after revealing that one of the biggest allegations against Diddy never made it into his Netflix documentary. He explained that there was far more controversial material than could fit into just 4 episodes, forcing the team to leave out several significant claims. One of those omitted allegations, according to 50, is that Diddy allegedly has a secret child with a woman who once dated Tupac Shakur. Because of limited runtime, that story, along with others, was removed from the final cut. Rather than waiting for another season, 50 Cent now says he may release the unreleased footage on YouTube instead. Since the documentary premiered, he also claims more people have reached out with additional information, leading many to question why he has been so relentless in criticizing Diddy. According to sources, the answer may be more personal than most people realize. Comedian TK Kirkland recently shared his opinion, saying many fans have misunderstood the situation from the start. While some assume 50 is simply seeking attention or holding a grudge, TK believes there is a much deeper reason. He alleges that, out of all the women Diddy could have been involved with, he chose the mother of 50 Cent's child, and according to TK, that decision completely changed the dynamic between them.
Out of all the women in the world that Diddy could have gotten with, he chose 50 Cent's baby mother.
It's a lot of variables to this particular question. Because I talk to a lot of people, older, younger, even my daughter, who's 22, she didn't understand it. So people give their opinion based on what they've experienced and their environment, people they've been around. So to the people that understand boundaries and respect, I always tell men you should never date another man's girl if you're not aware of it. If you know it, then it's wrong.
TK said that making a decision like that reflects a serious lack of respect. He explained that throughout his life, he has never knowingly pursued a relationship with a woman who had previously been involved with one of his friends, because, in his opinion, that's a boundary that should never be crossed. TK also emphasized that Diddy has never lacked choices, given his fame, wealth, and connections across the world. For that reason, he believes Diddy's alleged involvement with the mother of 50 Cent's child was not accidental. Instead, TK sees it as a deliberate move, especially considering the long-running conflict between Diddy and 50 Cent. In his opinion, that decision only intensified a feud that had already been building for years.
He went after the baby mother of one of his rivals.
Exactly.
Someone who had been taking shots at him for years.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
And he went after her knowing that they had beef.
Right. And slutted her out. Just slutted her out. Having a whole basketball team run a train on her. And
I
just
totally
the whole
agree.
thing, right?
Totally agree.
Right.
But his reputation from when he worked at Uptown, I'll be sure's girlfriend,
Oh, Kim Porter.
Kim Porter.
Right.
That's his reputation.
I'll be sure his baby mother.
Baby mama.
Yeah.
Then Eric Serum, his friend, the one that had his baby, Mia. So he's had a reputation of going after people.
Tupac's ex-girlfriend. He got a baby with her too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point that I'm making to the men listening, well, if you don't understand this, then you just poorly educated and don't really have common sense. It's a no. There's no way I would go after Vlad's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
I'm so loyal that if I met a woman and she said, "Oh yeah, I stay Vlad," I can't with you, baby.
Right.
I won't even put my, excuse my language, because that's how I move. Other people don't move like that, but you see me in Paris, you see me all over the world. Why would I want to do that to mess up a relationship?
Although 50 Cent's documentary has attracted significant attention and positive feedback, not everyone considers it a complete success. Gene Deal has come forward with serious allegations, claiming that parts of the documentary lacked originality and that some of his ideas were used without giving him the credit he believes he deserved.
I seen an interview about, he said that he had a lot of footage had to be down, the documentary had to be downsized. You understand? I don't really believe that, because a documentary is a documentary, and they could have had 45 minutes, they could have had an hour, to each one of those. You understand? They left out certain things. He said they even left out the one about Sarah Chapman. You understand? And for whatever reason, he probably left out a lot of other different stars too. Situations that they could have spoke about. You understand? I have a problem with the documentary, and I'm just gonna let you know that the reason I have a problem with the documentary is that they know that they took my idea. You understand? They know that when I came to them, I laid out what they should do and how the documentary should be. You understand? She could say whatever she want to say. I talked to those producers before I even talked to her. They wanted to know what I had, what I was bringing, my pictures, all that stuff like that. And I told them about me, Tim, and Kirk. You understand what I'm saying? And how it would go. They did the same thing. This ain't the first time they stole from me, man. If you look at the Notorious Big, if you watch the Notorious Big, that part about the shoes, I had that in my book. And I was talking to K.O. Copeland. He was one of the writers of that movie. And I told him about when I let Big use my shoes at Soul Train Award. You had this old flunky ass dude, Mike B, get on Angie Martinez's show and talk about, yo, Big, he wore mixed max shoes and he went out there and performed. When you go look at the film, when you go look at Big performing that on that show, ain't nothing mixed match about them shoes. There was $800 Maury's, size 14D. Big World 14E. E means that his shoes is a little wider than mine. He struggled, but he put them on and he went out there and performed. Those was my Gators that he had on. You understand? They did a little skit trying to disrespect me in the movie. You understand? And they said something about, we got this.
Gene also responded to the speculation that 50 Cent could release more unreleased footage online in the future. According to him, if additional content is eventually published, Diddy will have little ability to prevent it. Gene believes that if there had been any real way to block the documentary, it would have been stopped long before its release. In his opinion, the situation highlights questions about how much influence Diddy still has, or whether that influence has started to fade behind the scenes.
Documentary, and if 50 do another one, and I heard he's gonna put it on YouTube or do whatever he's gonna do, Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do to try to stop that, because he can't. Because if he could stop it, it would have been stopped. You know why he can't stop it? Because Puff know people right there at Netflix. Don't think he don't. And I don't know if this guy still work for them, but he was part of the Flavor Unit, Shakim. He was part of the Flavor Unit. He was good friends. He was cool with Puff and them. Flavor Unit and them, Queen Latifah and them, they was cool with Puff. If Puff would have sent a cease and desist over there, and they could do it, and he had the power and they wasn't right, it would have been done it. You see it's still rolling, right? It's still going on, right? He ain't got that power no more. You understand? Now, could he sue them because they use his likeness or used them and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not that versed in they using him. You understand? If they can steal your whole damn idea, your whole damn ideal, why can't they steal your whole damn intellectual property? That's what they do.
Gene also spoke about what he described as Diddy's long-standing and unusual fixation on Tupac, claiming that it influenced many of the decisions Diddy made throughout his life. According to Gene, this alleged obsession played a significant role behind the scenes and shaped many of Diddy's actions over the years.
I did see the interview that 50 did with Sherry, and he was talking about he didn't release the video about Puff having a kid by Kim Porter's friend, Sarah Chapman. Now, we all know that she used to date Tupac. You understand? So either he got her because he wanted some remnants of Tupac. We don't know. But it seemed like every dude that he had some kind of disdain, dislike, or that he idolized in a sense, he wanted their girl. Or he wanted to be a part of their girl. I don't know why. Yo, bro, this dude was, I don't know if he was in love or in hate for Tupac. He wanted to be an actor. He auditioned for, I think he auditioned for Juice. But Pac beat him out for that Bishop thing. You understand what I'm saying? He wanted to be a part of that. Just go, and not so many years ago, when Puff started getting into that drugs and started using drug stuff, he started revamping some of Tupac's speeches. And if you think I'm lying, go look at the Grammy speech he did. Go look at a couple of speeches he did. It was the same exact words Tupac had said. That he was gonna start this whole revolutionary of our people. That's Tupac. Black Lives Matter, the Black Liberation Movement, that was Pac. The Black Liberation Movement. Black Lives Matter? Come on, bro. This dude, everybody know that he had some kind of, I don't want to say disdain taste, but he had some kind of, I don't, jealousy of Tupac, bro. He had this.
Despite the attention the documentary has received, some viewers believe it leaves out important parts of the story. One of the biggest criticisms is the limited focus on Kim Porter, who was Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of his children. Although she played a major role in his life, her story received very little coverage. Kim Porter passed away unexpectedly in 2018, at the age of 47. Her death was officially ruled as being caused by pneumonia, but over the years, speculation and unanswered questions have continued to circulate, with some people alleging Diddy may have been involved. No evidence has publicly substantiated those allegations. Having spent many years alongside Diddy, Kim had a close view of many events throughout his life.
Do you think that Diddy killed Kim Porter?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because of all the videotapes, because of the book, because of all the people she gave copies of her book to, or at least chapters, because of everything that she had on him, because of the tape that she used to blackmail him into a relationship and into a raise of him being sodomized by Andre Harrell. And I am not saying that allegedly, because I heard her and Kim Noor talking about it in the booth of the bathroom while snorting cane at the Kit Kat.
According to those who knew her, Kim Porter had a front row seat to every aspect of Diddy's life, from his personal relationships to his business affairs and the events that took place behind closed doors. Despite her close connection to him, the documentary gave very little attention to her story. Some sources have claimed that her role was intentionally left out, believing the subject was considered too sensitive or controversial to explore. Gene has also stated that he knew Kim personally and looked out for her on several occasions. In his opinion, she was aware of far more than most people ever realized.
It was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy. All the men that they slept with together, because there were men that they slept with together. There were swinging times that they slept with together. I don't know, man. How do you put your girl through some shit like that? Or how do you look at your girl and knowing that she to another dude? What kind of demonic mind you have to be that far gone where that shit don't bother you? And got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes.
Wow, man. So she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together.
She was going to expose everything. I heard it was tell all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then in real time?
Yeah. Yep. Because I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them, and I would never mention his name because he's a good brother and he knows my family down there. You know, he knows my family down there, and I would never, put his name out there like that. He's been in the music business. He done put a lot of groups, A-listed groups out there, especially A-listed groups from Atlanta.
None of those details were included in the documentary. Kim Porter appeared only briefly in a few photographs, identified as the mother of Diddy's children before the narrative quickly moved on. Given the significant role she played in his life, many viewers felt her limited presence raised important questions. Former Bad Boy artist Mark Curry has also shared allegations involving Kim Porter and Diddy. According to Mark, Diddy allegedly monitored Kim's private conversations and would become upset over things he heard. Mark recalled an incident in which Diddy allegedly became angry after learning about a phone call Kim had with music executive Shakir Stewart. He further claimed that Diddy later confronted Stewart at a party, where the encounter reportedly escalated, and Diddy allegedly struck him with a chair.
It was the other day they just did a whole thing with the girl that he was dating was the one that was putting the wiretaps and all of that out. It was a clear case. She came, hey, I was the one who was doing the wiretaping and all of this, right? The tapping. So I knew about this before she came out and said that she was the one that was doing it. I was sitting there like, damn, he know everything she doing. He know her conversation. I'm sitting there like when I'm sitting there right there next to him, when I'm hearing them saying, this is what Shakir Stewart was saying to Kim Porter on the phone that made him mad. That made him so mad at Shakir Stewart when he went to L.A. Reid party, hit him with the chair. You don't think if he hit a man with a chair for dating this girl, they gonna have a fight at home too. You know what I mean? That's why, they say he busts her nose up on the boat. And have you ever been to Sandro Pay's see a brother play a mandolay? Remember that was in his song? I need a good woman next to me. So then it happened in Sandro Pay? Like that island. And then he bust her nose. They tried to make it seem like she slipped and fell. She slipped and fell and broke her nose. Nah, the truth was she slipped and fell and landed on his fist. Yeah, but that's what happens when you put your hands on females. I don't really have much respect for a man who's physically abusive towards women, man. I kind of think they be kind of suspect. I'd be like, man, girls fight girls.
According to the narrative presented, this type of behavior was portrayed as being consistent with Diddy's character. Another point that drew attention was the documentary's treatment of his well-known parties. For years, those events were rumored to attract influential figures from across the entertainment world, including celebrities, athletes, and other high-profile guests. Despite that reputation, the documentary offered very little detail about the gatherings. It avoided naming many prominent attendees and provided few specifics about what allegedly took place. For many viewers, those omissions stood out, especially given Diddy's long-publicized connections with numerous well-known figures and the fact that many of them have remained silent amid the recent controversy.
What are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him off of Justin Bieber alone.
Jaguar Wright has also suggested that people spend too much time focusing on the music industry and not enough time examining what Diddy may have been exposed to long before fame. In her view, the real story of how he became the person he is begins much closer to home. She has spoken about what Diddy may have witnessed as a child while his mother was focused on her own life, with people frequently coming in and out of the house. According to Jaguar, there were often strangers around, and she believes that kind of environment can leave a lasting impact on a young child. Jaguar has said she believes Diddy may have been harmed or deeply affected early on, long before the music industry ever entered the picture, and that those early experiences could have shaped much of what came later.
What he saw and what happened to him in his own mama house. All of those strangers, them up involved, looking around, seeing what was going on. And let's just be clear, it sounds like her house was a house of, professional freak-offs. So who knows what he saw or what could have happened to him while she was busy entertaining people and pouring and getting tips, as she would say, for her after-hour life.
Oh yeah. He was. I'm gonna say he was surprised to hear that.
School bus driver. No, was he surprised or was he like, zip it, you talking too much? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like you talking a little bit too much. They don't need to know about that. While she was sitting up there, because I was a bus driver and I was this, and I worked at the after hours. And I would pour them drinks and they would give me big tips.
Jaguar also highlighted that Diddy has publicly spoken about feeling proud after learning that his father had a reputation as a hustler. According to her, that response offers insight into his mindset and suggests it may reflect the values and beliefs he developed early in life.
In Sean's own words, in Diddy's own words, he had said he had a sigh of relief learning that he was the son of a hustler or a gangster. Like he wanted that status. He wanted to say that he was a sigh of relief is a wild thing to say, that your daddy was a gangster or a hustler. That's what you heard that he was.
Well, I mean, like Tim said, they had a bunch of blaxploitation movies being played around the house all the time. They grew up with the Mac playing. They grew up with Superfly playing. Like, I mean, if that's what you got going on, you got two women in the house and there's no men around, and these are what the little boys are watching. You got basketball players coming over late at night. You got hustlers coming over, PIMPs coming over, women who look like they were modeling for Jet Magazine coming over. Like, it sounds like the nature of the environment is what shaped their perception of what cool was. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure for him it was, oh man, that's who my dad was. So I'm sure for him, it made him feel good because all of that stuff that he was watching, he really came from that. But that was really his legacy. And yeah, I'm sure for him it felt good to know that his dad was this big hustler who turned out to be a snitch, who got his brains removed. from his head in a very, very, very unpleasant manner.
Jaguar argues that this mindset later aligned with the way hip-hop culture glorified similar figures. She points out that many rap names and personas were inspired by classic movie characters associated with power, fear, and influence. In her view, Diddy didn't simply admire that image. He identified with it because it reflected the environment in which he was raised. Jaguar also discusses Diddy's relationship with his mother, describing it as unusual and, in her opinion, deeply unsettling, for reasons she believes are particularly disturbing.
For the situation where they say he was trying to shape Misa into his mother, can you see that? Like,
yeah, with the blonde hair and yeah, and all of that. I mean, somebody asked a question: what kind of man puts his hands on his mother? The same kind of man that parties with his mom, the same kind of man who kisses his mom in the mouth, the same kind of man who seems to have accurate knowledge that his elderly mother can put both of her hands, her palms, on the floor while she's standing up, bent over.
Oh damn! I ain't seen that one. Oh.
You never seen the Instagram video where he was talking about how his mom is still young and spry and how she still liked the party and how they was getting a IV drip?
Oh.
And she was kissing him in the mouth on the video, and he was like, "Yeah, my mom can bend over and touch the floor with her palms." It's a very, very, very weird relationship.
According to Jaguar, the most troubling aspect is that she believes everything has come full circle. She has expressed concerns about Diddy's relationship with his children, describing it as deeply questionable. Jaguar also claims that multiple people have alleged his children were exposed to situations they should never have experienced. She questioned what kind of parenting would allow such circumstances and why, if others were aware of these alleged situations, so many adults chose to remain silent.
I mean, you know, it kind of goes into, I mean, he seems to be having, and again, I know the freak offs, that his son is there. Like, it seems like he likes to get down with his kids.
Yeah. But that wasn't all. Just to hear Little Rod say, like, the boys were around. Roger Bonds talked about the children as well. What kind of parenting relationship is that? But then again, that goes back to the conversation of Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. It was all known that she was spotted in them streets with Justin, and then she was spotted in them streets with Diddy, and they all tried to sit there and pretend like that wasn't what it was. Like, I don't know if anybody has not noticed, but ever since Diddy got pinched, they've all been trying to pretend like all of the stuff that we've seen that happened, that they was all involved in, didn't happen. If Lori Harvey was hanging out, and it's kind of weird, like the whole relationship with Justin looks weird. He looks like Mini-Me with Dr. Evil. It's weird. Like, why are there people? Why is there asexual behavior going on? And why are people naked in front of their kids, G? Doing all kinds of stuff. And meanwhile, Misa's running around making comments about how she don't like the way that Eric Sermon was depicting her in the documentary. You don't like the way you're being talked about in the documentary. You don't like the fact that, because see, it wasn't Gene Deal, because Gene Deal said he wasn't there, and thank God that he was able to admit that. Kirk Burroughs did say that he was there and present when Diddy was beating the brakes off of Misa and putting the feet to her up underneath the car well.
The question now is, what other allegations do you think could emerge if 50 Cent releases another batch of unreleased footage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.